YouTubes. See if I can do this chat. It's getting windy out. I can go inside, I guess, in the shop if it gets too crazy out here, but the weather is like perfecto, and I just got home from church, so I just took off my church shirt, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna fire this chat up, because I tried to do this one the other day on the road, and it kept breaking up, so I don't know, maybe I can even get deeper now that I can really been dissolving a lot of food. Dissolving a lot of food, that's not the right word, but digesting a lot of food for thought. So first off, happy Easter, happy Resurrection Day. I usually say Resurrection Day because it's really, Easter's is the bunny and stuff, right? So it's kind of just like, we're not even talking about the same thing here, but I guess. So happy Resurrection Day to you and your family. I was trying, like I said, try to do this chat the other day and it didn't work, so I'm waiting to see if anybody jumps in. But faith, man, chat on faith and just kind of where I'm at and what I'm thinking. And of course, it's got to just be windier than all get out here. So I was thinking the other day, I don't even remember how I did the chat. I'm going to try to pick up some of what I said in that chat the other day, but because it's been a whole bunch of days since then of a lot of reflection and a lot of just thinking. And, I got this problem. Maybe a lot of us do. I think I'm going to just run the gamut here. What up, Liberty for All? What up, Chad? I think I'm going to run the gamut here, and it's not to be holier than thou. It's not to be better. I think I see the path finally, and the path was blocked, because there's all these gatekeepers to everything, right? Because everybody can do everything better than you, and everybody knows everything, right? That's how it's become with social media. I gotta get some water. Went and had sushi after church. Hopefully that's okay. I had shrimp. I think that's the only thing I had. Oh, I had some crab, shrimp and crab. I don't do the raw fish thing because I'm a fisherman. What up, Sporty Shoe Groove? Happy Easter. So nobody was in here, but I was saying I'm walking around here without my shirt on because it's super duper nice out, and I just got home from church. Took the church shirt off and came out here to take care of the chickens and stuff. And man, it's nice out here. I'm just gonna walk around with no shirt on. So, what up, Sporty Shoe Groove? What up, Adrian Townsend? Definitely happy Resurrection Day. So I got this spiritual pull, gravitational pull. I don't know. Yeah, it's coming. It is. The storm is a coming, which makes me think that even lines up good for this. So, I don't know, man. I was just on social media. I just jumped on after I got home from church, and I gotta say, man, it all sucks, man. It's like leave it to somebody to poo-poo on today, right? Just leave it to somebody to try to ruin the day, do we name names? I get home, I follow that chick Mindy Robinson on Twitter, on X. I follow a bunch of people, and collectively everybody is, to me, and I'm reflecting here, everybody's the same. Everything's a conspiracy. Everybody's upset with everything, and maybe everything is a conspiracy, right? But everybody's just everybody's so damn negative, man. So negative. And so that is like the social medias. But check this out, man. I'm gonna have to find these articles, but I guess like the Catholic Church is like the #1 growing church, I guess. I don't know if they said church or religion in the article, but Christianity as a whole, there's a revival, man, and people are going back. People are like, dude, isn't it the craziest thing? And I'm gonna be all over the place, like I said. Like, people are so negative, myself included. You know, I mean, I'm into the social media, I'm into the politics, and it has all been one big hoodwink. You know, America, all of it. I'm gonna probably upset some people, but I don't really care. That's what I do. That's my specialty, anyways. Upsetting somebody. This wind's getting bad, but you know, America. At the end of the day, maybe in the beginning it wasn't like this. Well, obviously in the beginning it wasn't like this, but now it's just some idolatry bullshit. There is no constitution. You know, was there? I don't know. I wasn't around to live it. You know, I mean, there's God's law. There's God's law, and then, you know, like, forget even the Constitution. There's God's law, and then everything else is null and void. Everything else doesn't even matter. You know, even the Constitution was a policing of people. I love the Constitution, think it's great, but it's like a framework to police people, or for people to police themselves, right? I mean, the framework is already set by God there, and people have allowed themselves to have to elect somebody to manage themselves, albeit, you know, or example, any politicians, senators, congressmen, president, whatever. I mean, if everything was awesome, if the Constitution was so awesome, and it actually worked, and people were following it, and like there was, you know, like if the framework that was set up by the founders was followed, I mean, it's pretty good. I really don't, I'm not going to sit here and poo-poo it or argue or anything. But whatever we've morphed into, whatever we've, what do they do when they look at the Constitution? They take it and they manipulate it. They interpret it, right? Interpret it. Sound like I'm saying chirpet it. But interp it, right? Interpret it. People taking it and putting their own spin on it, and that's what people are doing. That's what people are doing with everything. I mean, dude, like, people are trying to like revisit World War II and rewrite it, and it's just, I don't know, man. It's just the constant bombardment of BS, and I've seen over it now. So like, you people that are like so pro-Israel, and you think you're righteous, and you think you're this, and you think you're that, I'm gonna tell you, you know what I mean? You're wrong. You know, the people that are anti-Israel, taking that side. I mean, we're all wrong. We're all wrong. We are all wrong. Unless you're taking God's side, unless you're taking Jesus' side, unless you are, and I want it. I'm telling you right now, I want it, man. I want it. My daily greenhouse is about to blow away. I don't want that. I'm gonna have to get something else here to bust something out heavy and lean it up against it. But I want it. God is, you know, offering us, you know, after this. Hopefully I don't get hit by a fallen tree or a big old branch right now. What up, Bikes? I mean, it's here, man. He's offering it. It's all, you know, it's free. All you have to do is give yourself to Jesus. All you have to do is give yourself to God. Man, I could, for real, I'm serious. There's hold back tears right now, because I already put them out in church on Thursday or Friday. I think it was Thursday or Friday. It was Friday probably. You know, I am, and it's free for all of us. And so like, we just all lost. If the Constitution was so great and it was so eternal and boundless, and you know what I mean? It's almost like I mean, Like Americans, we don't get a pass to idol worship because we're Americans. And maybe I'm wrong, but I'm not, that's not what I'm being told. That's not what I'm being told. I don't have the gut feeling in my stomach, the push over the ledge, the edge, like I've had in the last 3 or 4 days. Like I've always wanted it. I've always wanted it, and I never gave it. I always like 70, 80, something like that. I don't think I've ever given 90% to it. And I want to give 110% to it. And I'm in what it has been, or what is the catalyst. I just hate the world we live in, man. I hate it. I hate it all. I hate both of you idiots arguing over the Austin Metcalf and the other side. You know, I hate both of you. I hate the left and I hate the right. I always did. You know, I mean, I voted for Trump. I voted for Trump 3 times now. You know, I want results here. I want a good future for my children. I don't have all the answers, man, but all I'm saying is I hate it. I hate all of it, and I don't even want to hate it. I want to maybe like dislike it or not want to associate myself with it, but I don't want to hate it. I don't want to have to hate anything because it's burning up too much of my energy on stuff that's not even that important. And politics, all of it, left, right, the memes, a fucking chainsaw video. And, you know, if you went to go look through the comments, you know, everybody's a professional. Everybody knows. I mean, the world is the country, social media, technology has made us all so cynical. I think most people are idol worshipers. We're all missing the point. We're all missing the point. We are all missing the point, man. You know? I mean, you say the Lord's Prayer, right? Forgiving people that trespass against us. We forgive them for their trespasses, you know. How hard is that to do? How hard is that to do? It's super hard. This is coming from me. I'm telling you mine. It is so hard to do. It is so hard to forgive and forget, but I'm there, man. I want to do it, and I want to, I came in like a wrecking ball 2-3 days ago before I even got here to Sunday. And so today was... It was a little bit of a letdown because we got a kid now. We got to be in the cry room, and I can't hear nothing because all the damn kids are in there crying. Little angels, all the little angels are in there crying and screaming and misbehaving. So I like the one-on-one better, but I don't really know how I put my chat a couple days ago, but I think it was something like this, you know. I think we're all missing the point, you know. It's about, if we just put that energy into all the energy, our good energy, our bad energy, all of our stupid energy that we waste on bullshit on Twitter and Facebook and even YouTube. We could make a way better, you know, a way better world. And not only that, I've never even talked about religion with anybody, like, you know, I mean, and that's all we're here for. That's all we're here for, is put here to spread the word, you know. Oh, and I was totally skipped over what I was trying to say because but I got on Twitter, Mindy Robinson, she's pretty good investigator, this, that, and the other, but I guess she's Celtic, Irish, something, whatever, right? So she's poo-pooing on that, you know, Jesus is the one and only, or something to the fact, you know, through time, there's been 3 deities, and it's just like, you know. And then the guy that wants to go all evangelist on her, he's just as bad as her. It's just stupid. Just shut up. If you don't have nothing to add to today, then just shut up. And usually I'd be saying worse things than that, but just shut up. It's like, what is the point? And that is really what pushed me. That's the catalyst, and I'm figuring it out, and I'm done. I'm done with everybody. I'm done with it all. I'm done with the stupidness. I don't know. I'll try to put out maybe better videos, maybe worse videos. I don't know, but you know, it's the sunshiny day. It's the person that ruins the sunshiny day, and then it's the person that argues with that person for ruining the sunshiny day. with, it's just nonsense. It's not reasoning. It's not even debate. It's just arguing. And it's just pathetic. It's pathetic that, you know what I mean? We, idiocracy, us devolving, us being stupider, us not being able to debate and figure shit out, right? I'm not talking about a communist utopia. All I'm just talking about is if people stop wasting all their energy, even your good energy trying to defend, because people are stupid. I mean, people are dumb. We're still supposed to reach out to those people. We're still supposed to, not call them a faggot every 5 words. And that's me, you know what I mean? That's my whole thing. Like, if you look at my timeline, what up, Barry? That's my timeline. You go through my stuff, it's like, bro, you're such a faggot. Shut up, faggot. I mean, that's most of my comments. Calling people queefs and faggots and like a child. But, it's like, dude, you're so, it's just like... But I think, disengagement with all that bullshit, right? Disengagement, you don't even have to deal with it. Something just has to happen, some revival, some refiguring out on how we are with technology. There's no benefit. There's benefits to... I gotta get something before my damn greenhouse blows away. Yikes. Yikes. It's gotta get so dang windy. Hold on. Wait a minute. Probably gonna rub a hole in my dang tent, but I'm just reading comments here. I don't know. The disengagement for me, I think, is going to be good for starters. But at the same time, man, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it further, man. I don't know. Maybe have I been embarrassed to talk about it, or did I just not want to talk about it with stupid people? I mean, I don't know. But today's a good day, man. Today's, what it's really all about. Because at the end, I mean, only going one of 2 ways, and there's been some cool stuff. There's been a couple cool podcasts I seen. I don't know. You can look up the Sean Ryan episodes. I think it was that Lee Strobel, and he had another guy with him. It's really good stuff, man. I mean, especially, if you're a person that hungers, I guess, kind of like, I need a better understanding. I think the Bible, and I'll always be truthful, I think the Bible's kind of hard to read. Like, I read the Bible a bunch of times, right? Probably collectively almost all the way through. A lot of times I feel like I'm reading something and I don't even know what it means. Not that, I mean, it's not like the Constitution, where the Constitution is like cut and dry, but I don't know, man. There's just some things I've been thinking. So disengaging with this, and then wherever we're going with this whole country thing, I don't know. What up, Sap? Maybe I'll go all the way, man. Maybe I'll go be a priest. I said that to my wife. I said that to my wife, and she thinks I'm crazy. She said I could do things without having to be a priest. I go all the way in on stuff, man. If I'm going in, I'm going all the way in, and trust me. Jesus is one thing that, that it's okay to go all the way in on. So it was cool. You know, I've been here for 5 years in Arkansas. And so, like, I'm running into people that I go to church with, either that I know them outside of church or inside church. We got the baby baptized last year. She's coming up on a year old, like in a month. So, dang, all the old school gangsters are jumping in here. What up, Sap? What up, Steve? What up, True Blitz? Truth? Chad Lilly? DW3. I swear I know DW3. I don't know. I'm not, I'm not trying to figure out, I don't know. I'm not trying to figure out the mysteries of life. I know that I'm trying to, I'm just trying to be, I'm trying to go in 100% because I've always been about 70, 80. 80 is probably the most I ever went in. Going to church, being a good Christian. I don't really give a shit what other people say. I know a lot of people, every time I say that, almost everybody I talk to in my real life says, doesn't matter if you go to church. It matters for me, man. It matters for me. I never tell anybody what they have to do. I'm not telling nobody anything. But I tell you what, it's there. It's there. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. You know, I'll say this is going to be an off-cuff deal. Sometimes, I mean, I don't know about all churches, but sometimes Catholic church can be tough because there's a bunch of bad honeys in there. I mean, they're at Catholic church. I mean, you're finding your chicks at the wrong places. Trust me. I mean, I imagine maybe that's how any church is good size, right? There's a bunch of bad bunnies there, right? So, I mean, there's a bunch. So, I ain't convincing anybody. I'm not trying to convince anybody. I'm letting you know that for me, man, church is like, there's a lot of times I pop into church and there's nobody there, you know. Here they just, for the most part, they leave, you can get in. If the door was locked, there's some doors down I could call and I can get in and I can go in there, say a couple Hail Marys. They have confession. But I don't know what the point of all I'm trying to say is here is, for me, it's good. For me, it works. And I think that I know people in real life that take like medications to get their head right, whether it be, you know what I mean, some type of happy pill or something to balance you out. And I know people that go to counseling, stuff like that. And church is free. I mean, you got to find a church you like. That's the number one. I mean, maybe that's why people say that. They just never found a church they don't like. I get that so much, though, that they have a beef with the church. I don't have a beef with the church. I don't care what the federal authorities of the church are doing, the Vatican. I don't care what they're doing. I hate in Catholicism that they make it so extremely hard to do anything, whether you want to get baptized, whether you want to get confirmed, right? Whether you want to get, what am I missing? If you want to become a priest, you know, I mean, there's so much stuff and they make it so hard that's the only thing I am frustrated with the Catholic Church. But other than that, find a church you like, go to that church that makes you happy. The community that is involved in those churches too, those people are good people. I want to, you know, I want to be in, I know, I get it, nobody's fucking perfect, but I want to be a better version of myself. That's what maybe it ends up being. It's not that all that ends up being at the end of the day, but it's part of what ends up being at the end of the day. The version of myself could be way better. And I'm trying to go for full monk status, man. I already got the haircut. You guys know that. I mean, I just got to keep it shaved all the time, but I'm going for full monk status because, being kind of sarcastic, because it's stupid that people have power over us. Physical power, you know, with laws and legislation and all that kind of shit, and then just like mental powers over people just for, if say you want to come out, say I want to come out on a chat today or on a Facebook or wherever, right? And I say, you know, I want to be
God touched me, and I want to be a pastor. I want to go all the way. I want to be a preacher, right? I want to be a preacher. Post a video, post to Facebook, whatever. You put this up, dude. Them comments start stacking up. Like, bro, were you me? Use me, bro. You're no way, bro. I know you, bro. You know what I mean? All bullshit. All bullshit. All bullshit. I didn't put that, but I'm just saying, all bullshit. And so, those kind of mental powers over you, it it makes you even afraid to speak up about stuff like that. It could be anything. You know what I mean? It could be the little kid that tells his mom he wants to be a skateboarder when he grows up, right? And his mom tells him, that's not a real fucking job. You need to get a real job. Yeah, so it's like that. And then what is, the kid or the person now? I mean, that's all it is. It's being a kid again on steroids, because that's what social media is. Everybody's looking for validation, just like children. Your feelings are hurt when people poo poo on you, and you get down, and then you need a fucking pill, and you got to go sit in therapy. I'm not saying every single last person, but most people are looking for validation on social media, because the likes and the heart marks and all that kind of stuff, that makes you feel better. That's a dopamine. Makes you feel good. Things that make you feel good. You know what I mean? So the same thing is the opposite. When people poo-poo on your dream, or whatever it is, or even your possibility. Maybe you're a person that likes to talk about faith, and people poo-poo on it, and then you're like embarrassed to even talk about it. And so then you don't never say anything. And then nobody who was up there trying to be willing and, be that satellite looking for a reception that could have heard what you were trying to say will never hear it, because you were embarrassed into a corner, And I just don't give a fuck anymore. I don't care. I haven't for a long time, but I do care about one thing. Two things. I care about God, and I care about my family. That's all I care about. I even started thinking, like, I'm telling you, full monk status. All these, these material things that we have, we just like getting all these things, like getting all these things, constantly getting more things. And it's like, I guess, man, I'm more minimalist, I think, anyways. A-Train, what up? What up, Steve? What up, Chad? What up, Sap? So, and I'm telling you right now, man, there's 12 people in here. I could be tripping, because I am to the extreme. If I'm gonna do something, like that's why I really just have to like leave alcohol alone. Because if I'm gonna do, there ain't like, you better only have 2 beers. You better only have 2 beers. 'Cause I'm gonna drink all the beers. When I was freaking younger, when I was a freaking drug addict, I was like, man, they're like, what do you do? I do everything. I do it all. Give it all to me. I want, you know what I mean? Tony, Mr. Excess, But it's just, I have, I don't know, I have that part of me, which sometimes sucks and sometimes is a good thing, is I'm like all the way in. I'm like way too much in, because I go all the way in. Funny, when I bought guns, right? It's like I graduated like so quick to the AR-15 and having all this stuff on it. And it's like, for so many years, I just had like a little pump shotgun, or just like the most minimalist thing. And then it's like, oh, AR-15. Oh, man, we got to get like a good one. And we got to get some stuff to go on it. And it just, I don't know, man. It's like everything taken to the extreme. And so I'm not saying that I'd take this all the way to the extreme just because that's how I am, who I am. But, I mean, sometimes that's just, it's a good thing and a bad thing. Yeah, and I got I mean, I've always went to church for a lot of years now, so I mean, ain't nothing about that gonna change. That's where, you know, I would say like that's where I feel closest to God. And then also obviously you get out in nature, get out on a big old mountaintop or something like that, you feel a little bit closer. But yeah, I'm back to reading the Bible. I got the Bible just like bam right there. I'm trying to read, like, you know, like I flip it open and I do the 2 pages I'm looking at every day. And I'm just trying to look for some I don't know, trying to trying to look for like that message, that guidance, where I pop it open and I see like kind of like something that relates to the day. But I don't know, man, today's a good day. It's crazy that people like to poo poo Easter, Resurrection Day. But you wouldn't know no difference if you were like probably in the South, because there's a church on every corner and everybody was at church today and everything's closed. So, oh yeah, Chad, you still got my number? I don't know if you still have my number. I don't have, I think you had my Vegas number. You have to message me somehow and I need to get it to you. But, yeah, today's a good day, man, and it's cool to see kind of like walks of all life. I think that's what's cool, you know, probably just about church too, is that if you see a bunch of different people in there, you know, you don't just see a bunch of white people in there. You see like some of who's and some of those and some of, you know what I mean? It's just like a basket of people that are all different, you know. You could have a whole bunch of different white people. You got some Filipinos sprinkled in there, some black folks sprinkled in there, and you know, Mexicans. I mean, in Catholicism is everybody there. I don't know if it's that way at every church because I don't go to every church. You guys can tell me. But Catholicism, you're gonna have Filipinos there, you're gonna have Hispanics there, and you're gonna have like north, what is that, north Midwest type folks, like Wisconsin and Chicago folks, St. Louis folks, you know, because they were all, especially like through Chicago, they're all Illinois, all raised, a lot of them raised Catholic. I think probably closer to the cities, but yeah, you'll have people that just don't like the Baptist church, you know, country folks. You see black folks at Catholic church. The dang preacher today, which there's 2 different masses all the time, and I try to miss him because I can't understand him, is a black guy. He's from, I think he's got to be from Africa, or he's from somewhere. Great guy. I can understand some, but he's doing a mass in a pretty big church, and I can't understand him, especially when there's a bunch of screaming babies. So, right on, DW3. It's a good day. Yeah, I don't like the Pope. I don't like the Pope. If you don't, I don't like the Pope. I was talking about that maybe before you jumped in. The Pope and the Vatican, I'm good on that. Those fools are just like some, you know, Federal Reserve. They're holding on to all the ancient antiquities that we need and we want. But I don't know where this chat was going. I guess, meant to be kind of probably sound unpatriotic today, because my patriotism is to God. And I think that's where I was definitely missing, man. I'm $100 million about America and being all da-da-da and the politics and getting knee deep into these arguments with idiots on both sides. I just heard a big old bullfrog. Oh my gosh, that sucker sounded big. But yeah, I think that was the message, man. That I'm worshiping America and all of this like a religion, like America is God. And I mean, I don't know if I exactly am, but that's what it feels a lot like. And I've been feeling myself, especially since the election has been held and Trump's in now. I've been feeling myself slowly pulling out of all of it. I just don't want to do it, man. I just don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. The land is taking me back, man. It's going to put its roots around me, and I'm just back. I'm back. I'm going monk status, and maybe this is the way it always should have been. But nobody's going to jail. I mean, I had this great hope for bad people, really, truly evil people going to jail. I mean, if I can see the evil from the outside is prosecutable, right? Then how come the attorney general and all these other people can't see it, right? How come Cash Patel that was gonna? I know I'm just totally flip the subject, but I'm just trying to give an example of like maybe where my hope died or where my realization came that I'm just like focused on the wrong thing. So might not be for everybody, but I guess what? I'm gonna try to when instead of being all shut down and not talking about what I do, I think that I'll try to say something and spread the message of Jesus in some of my stuff I do. I'm not trying to say that that's where all my stuff's going. I'm just saying instead of being like embarrassed or scared to talk about it, you know, because somebody's missing that message. If you don't say what's in your heart, I don't care if whatever it is, whatever your message is, if you don't say whatever your message is or whatever point you got to get out there, you know, then somebody's missing it. Because the 10 people that poo-pooed it and don't want to hear it and talk mad shit about you and make you feel bad, make it so that that one person that did want to hear what you had to say misses out on the message. That's what it is, man. And I tell you what, I think that church is hard because a lot of priests, pastors and stuff, they, you know what I mean? It's almost like they come off, I don't know what it is. It's it's harder to relate than anything. And so I think people need to, things just need to be explained better for folks so they can truly understand, because maybe the church or whoever wrote the freaking Bible made it all hard to understand so that everybody couldn't receive the message. I mean, man did write the Bible, right? I mean, transcribed words of Jesus are transcribed letters to the church. I mean, language was obviously different back then, so maybe it wasn't, but oh God. Regardless, the message, this wind is crazy. Regardless, the message is hard to receive. And if somebody could just put it in plain English, you know, I think a lot more people would get it and they would be able to digest it. So happy Easter, folks. I don't know if you got anything out of this. Definitely be one of my more positive chats for sure. So to each his own, but you know, I mean, if you're able to put out a message, especially a message like that message that needs to get out about Jesus, if you could put that out and a whole bunch of people poo-poo you and they make you be quiet so that you don't put that out, then you know that one person that did want to hear you is not going to hear you. So take that for what it is. Yes, the storm is his ear. What up, Americans Against Bush, Bikes, Steve. Much love, man. Much love to all y'all, for real. For been around, you guys been around a long time too. What up, Chad? Shoot me a